Teachers, what's the most petty thing you've seen a colleague do? I was a senior in high school with dreams of getting into a top journalism program. I'd been editor of the school paper for 2 years, won a state writing competition, and even interned at a local newspaper. So when it came time to apply to college, I asked my AP English teacher, Mr. Hampton, for a recommendation letter. At first, he smiled and said, "Of course, it'd be an honor." He even made a joke about how I'd probably be his claim to fame one day. I was thrilled. 2 weeks later, I'm in the library working on an application essay when the school counselor, Ms. Green, pulls me aside. She closes the door to her office and says, "You didn't hear this from me, but you might want to check on that recommendation letter from Mr. Hampton." Confused, I log into the Common App. Mr. Hampton had submitted it already, but something felt off. I politely ask if I could read it. Not the norm, but Ms. Green makes a quiet call, gets clearance, and prints it for me. It was one paragraph. One lazy paragraph. I had John in class. He completed his work and participated. He was a student in good standing. That's it. No mention of my awards, the newspaper, nothing. Just a student in good standing. I've seen better letters written for janitorial reference checks. I confront him after class. Me. "Hey, Mr. Hampton, I read the recommendation you sent." Him, already defensive. "I stand by what I wrote. I write honestly. You're not the best student I've had." Me. "I didn't expect favoritism, but I was editor of the school paper." Him. "Which was full of typos this year." Oh, that was it. Turns out I had rejected one of his poems from the school literary magazine months earlier. It was objectively rough. We all voted anonymously, but he found out I led the editorial meeting and had held a grudge ever since. I was furious but calm. I asked another teacher, Ms. Jensen, the journalism advisor, to write me a new letter. Not only did she do it, she wrote a glowing 3-page letter and called the admissions departments of 2 of my top schools to clarify the situation. I got into both. But I didn't stop there. I submitted a formal complaint, attaching the lazy recommendation, a timeline, and examples of his past passive-aggressive emails. Yes, I kept receipts. Ms. Green and Ms. Jensen backed me up. By spring, Mr. Hampton was reassigned. Rumor was he was put on administrative leave for unprofessional conduct. The best part? The principal asked me to help screen candidates for his replacement. I literally sat in on the interviews and gave input. I shook the hand of the teacher who would replace him and thought, that's the most satisfying thing I've ever written.